Oh, Mr. Shadow, oh, Mr. redhead, mess bed, tear shed, queen bee must squeeze. The stage smells, tells, hells, bells, misspells, knocks me on my knees. It didn't hurt, flirt, blood, squirt, stuffed shirt like me on a tree. After I count down 3 rounds, in hell I'll be in good company. Redhead, mess bed, tear shed, queen bee must squeeze. The stage smells, tells, hells, bells, misspells, knocks me on my knees. It didn't hurt, flirt, blood, squirt, stuffed shirt like me on a tree. After I count down 3 rounds, in hell I'll be in good company.
Baby born a Birkin, she's been telling me all night long. Gasoline and groceries, the list goes on and on. It's 9 to 5 ain't working. Why the hell do I work so hard? I can't worry about my problems. I can't take them when I'm gone. 1, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Tell them bring another round, we need plenty more. Stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my, good Lord. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jay Daniels got a history. There's a party downtown near 5th Street. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. I've been boozy since I left. I ain't changing for a check. Tell my mom I ain't forget. Woke up drunk at 10 a.m. We gon' do this shit again. Tell your girl to bring a friend. Oh Lord. 1, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Tell them bring another round, we need plenty more. 2 stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my, good Lord. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jay Daniels got a history. There's a party downtown near 5th Street. Everybody at the bar get tipsy. Everybody at the bar get tipsy. Everybody at the bar get tipsy. Here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. When it's last call and they kick us out the door. It's getting kinda late, but the ladies want some more. Oh my, good Lord. Tell them drink some. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jay Daniels got a history. There's a party downtown near 5th Street. Everybody at the bar get tipsy. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jay Daniels got a history. At the bottom of a bottle, don't miss me.
All right, Chad, how we doing tonight? How's everybody doing? Oh, that was some dog shit music. Listener requested dog shit music, no less. And if you would like to play your own dog shit music, hopefully better than that. Although it didn't break me quite like All Saints Under the Bridge did. But if you would also like to request absolute dog shit music that, much like that, just makes me take my earbuds out and wait for it to be over, then you can send a $12 super chat with your particular playlist of no longer than 12 minutes. And we'll go ahead and play it. I don't know who would request music like that, Wolfland. I'm guessing some manner of inbred hick would be my guess. Like, probably somebody that's fucking their cousin. Yeah. That would be my guess. I don't know. What happened, man? I haven't streamed in a few days. Well, I streamed Wednesday, but I streamed over on Liam's channel. I don't know if y'all saw the community post and headed over there, but I was over on Liam Gray's channel. We were talking comics. You know, I can't talk comics as much over here, man. Fucking views counts go down. Y'all Zoomers that watch me, if it ain't a fucking video game or a Chinese cartoon, you just don't understand it. So, went over to Liam's channel Wednesday, bullshitted about comics. Tuesday and Thursday, I just had other shit going on. But I'm back because, much like Zelensky, I need the money. Please to be giving me... Where is the money? I was told there was money. I am also not wearing a suit. And I will be insulting you, much like Zelensky. You will feel it. You will feel the pain of not giving me the money. There's a lot to cover. A lot happened last week. Michelle Trachtenberg died. Can we get F's in the chat for that? For the hottie from Eurotrip. And apparently was in a bunch of other stuff that I never really fucking watched. She was like in Nickelodeon shows or something. I don't fucking know. Some show called Gossip Girl. I remember it. I knew of it. Never watched it. Buffy. She was in Buffy. I watched a little bit of Buffy, like season 1. But I don't remember her in it at that point. But I also don't remember much of anything about it. And, but Eurotrip is a fucking fantastic movie, and she was hot as hell in that. She died of complications of a liver transplant. You know, now somebody dies at 39, you want to think drugs. You know what I mean? But it was complications from a liver transplant. Now, that said, though, what is a 39-year-old already having a liver transplant for? Was she living a fucking hard, fast life? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Never really knew what the fuck she was up to post Eurotrip. Eurotrip's a great movie, though. Highly recommend watching it if you haven't. And Gene Hackman died. This one's a weird one. You know, he was 93, so it's not weird that a 93-year-old dies. You know, 93-year-old making it through the fucking day is noteworthy. But he had a wife that was like 63. Gene Hackman was old enough that his trophy wife was then getting old. And him and his wife and his dog were all found dead in their place. Cops said it wasn't foul play. That sounds like a carbon monoxide leak, if anything. You know? Unless there's some really weird, wild, wacky shit going on. You know, the Illuminati came for souls or something. I don't know. If I had to put my money, I'd say carbon monoxide leak. But yeah, Gene Hackman gone. You couldn't even begin to list the fucking shit Gene Hackman was in. But I, of course, being a comic geek, will always remember him as Lex Luthor. The greatest criminal mind in the world. From the Christopher Reeve Superman movies. So yeah, we need some F's for both Gene and Michelle. Go ahead and crank one out in Michelle Trachtenberg's honor tonight. God, she was Eurotrip. Michelle Trachtenberg. Now she was a little rough towards the end. I've seen like recent pictures of her. But she was also 39. People fucking age, all right? Yeah. Most of us millennials don't look as good as we did in 2004. Let's be fucking real. She was so hot in Euro Trip. And that movie is funny as hell. I remember seeing that movie. I guess it bombed in the theaters, but I think it did well in DVDs. Because back then, you know, the studios hadn't decided to stupidly kill the physical media market. So they could actually make money on that end. Streaming's never made them money. I don't know why they pushed that onto us. As hard as they did, but they've never really been making money at it like they used to on DVDs. But comedies back then, R-rated comedies were allowed to flop in the theater because they always knew they'd make it on DVDs. And before that, even videos and shit. VHS. But I remember seeing Euro Trip in the theater, and it was like a Tuesday and a Wednesday afternoon. I saw it 2 days in a row. The one day I saw it with my girlfriend at the time, and the one day I took my dad. And I can't remember which was which because it was 21 fucking years ago. But both times, it was the same showing in the afternoon. Both times were the only people in the theater. But that movie was funny as hell, man. God, that movie was funny as hell. Scotty doesn't know. I mean, that's one of the movies you were just quoting. See, back in the day, Zoomers, we used to just quote fucking movies because we didn't have memes. That movie's so fucking funny. Oh, man. Well, the big thing I wanted to cover today, chat, is Zelensky. He went and had a little meeting with Trump. Much like me, he needs the money. He needed the money. Where is the money? Right? And hopefully I have a little better luck than he did. I'm just showing you who shared this on Twitter, but
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you are
Mr.
not
President,
strong...
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the...
By the way, before this, or maybe it was after, one of the reporters actually was like, Zelensky, why are you not wearing a suit? Like, you're here coming begging for money, fucking hat in hand, you know, please give me more money and weapons and fight my battles for me. And you don't even wear a suit? You show up to the fucking White House in sweatpants? Look, I ain't wearing a suit right now while I'm begging y'all for money. I mean, half the time I ain't even wearing pants. But you can't see that, okay? Like, not to go all Sargon, do you even own a suit? But, like, you're fucking president of a nation. Granted, it's a shithole nation no one gives a fuck about. Or no one should give a fuck about. But you're over here begging for... Wear a fucking suit. Like, wear a fucking suit. You can show up in your fucking shit-stained pajamas.
front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what...
You ever been No, I didn't go to Ukraine because Ukraine is a shithole. Why would I go to Ukraine? How about that? How about that's the fucking response? Yeah, give money or democracy ends in my country with no elections. It's Casual Friday for Zelensky. Every day's Casual Friday. Chad says, I never saw Pence back up Trump. Like, look, man, I love Vance. This is way better than Vance. Vance has the potential to be better than Trump. Honest to God. Vance... Again, I was skeptical of him at first. You know, I went back and I watched... When he was first announced, I didn't know who the fuck he was. I watched some interview from like 2018 with him on Charlie Kirk, and I was not fucking impressed. But 2025 Vance, 2024 Vance is not that same man. He's grown. And he's grown, ain't he? Skinny nigga with the... I missed that song Common Filth used to play. Forney says, I've been to Ukraine and it is a shithole, can confirm. Wolfland says, Vance keeps criticizing the Pope. Is that even allowed for a Catholic? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. He should become a real Christian. But that aside, I'm still very fucking pleased with Vance. And yeah, it's like, you coming to us asking for money and you're sitting there with your arms crossed like you're doing us a favor. Like, eat shit. He apparently didn't sign that fucking mineral rights deal or whatever yet. And it's like, look, man, that's the only fucking card you have. Like, the only reason your skull isn't on Putin's fucking desk right now is because of us. You understand that? Like, Putin would be drinking vodka out of your fucking skull right now if it wasn't for us. And you're going to sit there and run your fucking little midget mouth.
Problems we have.
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems?
What?
Bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful
I will answer.
to come to the Oval
Give us
Office of the
money
United States
for
of
the
America
problem.
and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems.
Where is
Even
the money?
you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future.
You will feel it in the future. This is where Trump loses it with him. But you have nice ocean. First of all, we have two of them. You have nice ocean, you don't feel it. You will feel it in the future. Motherfucker, you're not going to be here for the future. All right? So that ain't your fucking problem. All right? If you're still drawing breath in 5 years' time, I'm going to be shot. Because guess what? There ain't a very long expiration date on intelligence assets that have outlived their usefulness. I'm sorry to tell you, bud. You will feel it in the... You give me my... You give me super chat, so you will feel it in the future. You are protected by ocean, but you still give me money. You give me money now. Where is the money? I want... The old pedo man said there would be the money. He said I would have more of the money. Where is that? Chat says, I think he's saying Russia will invade the U.S., which is idiotic. Yeah, Russia's coming for us, chat. Oh, they're coming for us. Oh, my gosh. Chat, you will give me the super chats. You will feel it. You will feel it. This is, by the way, this is the exact moment that he really fucked up today. And where Trump just had it with him. Like, this is the angry Trump you don't usually see. Trump's usually pretty good at being snarky and making it look like he doesn't really give a shit when you're pissing him off. But this is where he kind of goes, enough. That's enough. You're gonna shut the fuck up now. Let me tell you how this is gonna go, motherfucker. You ain't gonna tell me shit. Let me tell you how this is gonna go. You would be here sucking my dick.
God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on
position
this
to
question.
dictate that.
That's
Remember,
Don't tell us how we're gonna feel. You're in no position to dictate that. Like, you have who the hell do you think you are? You think you can come in here and threaten us? And threaten us with your little shithole country from the other side of the world that only still exists because we have protected it. What do you think, you're Israel? I'm sorry. Look, you might have tricked a bunch of dipshit liberals into thinking there's some sort of holy crusade defending you. Okay? But you don't have the same kind of Mossad blackmail on all our fucking politicians that Israel does. Yeah, we'll get to the Epstein shit show from yesterday. You don't have all the evangelicals convinced that there's some sort of weird end of days Kirk Cameron shit that they have to protect the Ukraine. All right. Much as I don't like that fact, Benjamin Netanyahu can come in here and swing his dick around. That's unfortunate, and I hope we fix that in the future. But that is an unfortunate position we've allowed ourselves to be in. You ain't him, bud. You came in here thinking you were fucking Benjamin Netanyahu, but really you're Justin Trudeau, all right? Chad says, to think Rushvi was singing Ukraine's praises in the past when he was relevant. Well, I'm sure Ukraine was some place where he could go and buy pussy. Like, let's be real. Pretend like he was a fucking Chad. Forney says, what's funny is Netanyahu is far more respectful to Trump. Yeah, I mean, look, Trump's pushed back on Netanyahu even a little bit. Like, we've been a good friend to you. It's time to be a good friend back. I mean, he pushes back more than I've seen any Republican in my lifetime, and most of the Democrats ever do. But I mean, at least Israel only drags us into stupid waste of time wars in the Middle East. They don't try to drag us into World War III.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence. We're going to feel really good. Okay, bud? You're going to feel nothing. Well, you're going to feel the flames of hell in a few years. Because your time is just about up, Zelensky. All right? That's you're not going to be here for the future. So don't worry about what it's going to look like.
It's very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war,
you're not in a good position. You don't have the
the
cards right now. With us, you start having cards.
cards.
Right now, you don't.
Yeah,
you're playing cards.
Mr. President.
You're playing
I'm very
cards.
serious.
You're gambling.
You're not playing cards. You don't have any left. All right? You're out.
With the lives of millions of people.
I am the president of a country that is barely a country.
You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. It's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot of times.
No, in this
Even
entire
today.
meeting, you said thank you.
Even today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
God. Oh my gosh, this is great. You give us more money. No, we're not doing that. Here's what we should negotiate. We should go up to Putin and be like, look, man, tell you what. Why don't you give back the land you stole from Ukraine, okay? They'll have a new election. They're going to elect somebody else, right? We'll make them have a new election. You just give them back that land. And then we're going to hand Zelensky over to you. Like, personally over to you, Putin. You can actually just kill him with your bare hands if you want. Like, you can broadcast that for the world. We don't care. We're not going to stop you. Nobody's going to stop you, all right? You can literally just beat that man to death with your bare hands. And I'm quite sure you could do it, too. But here you go. We just feed him uranium like you do your journalists. We don't care. We will personally hand him over to you to just kill with your bare hands. And then you just give back whatever land you took from this shithole country, and we just act like this never happened. All right? We stop trying to put them in NATO. You give them back their land. They elect a new fucking guy to run their shithole, and you get to kill Zelensky with your bare hands. I think he'd say yes. I think he would, chat. Like, maybe we got to throw in a bottle of vodka. Just to sweeten the pot a little. Here, you drink this bottle, crack it over your desk, and stab Zelensky to death. Forney says, I'm astounded by what a sniveling worm Zelensky sounds like. He has the voice of a strip club promoter screaming out, best girls, as you walk past. Oh, man. It's been fun, dude. This was a fun meeting. But it's not all W's, I'm afraid. It's not all W's in the Trump administration. It's mostly W's. We're still mostly W's. We still got a great batting average. But man, was there a fucking hell yesterday. Oh, God, what a shit show. So, like, maybe we'll watch Mike Cernovich's fucking video on it. So they're supposed to release the Epstein files yesterday. And they don't have them. Pam Bombi's like, even though I said they were on my desk, they're not on my desk. I don't have them. She's making up excuses like when you didn't do your fucking homework for the teacher. And she's like, but I gave the partial files to a bunch of right-wing grifters from Twitter for a photo op. And it's just stuff that's been leaked like years ago, but whatever. That whole thing was a shit show, man. That was a shit show. I'm not convinced the files still exist. I think all the evidence has likely been destroyed. All that didn't already get leaked. But I hope Trump is behind closed doors talking to these people and being like, what the fuck was this? Because he hasn't commented on it publicly. He smartly stayed out of that shit show. But he needs to be like, look. And he needs to get to the bottom of that shit. And I understand why it's not happening. Because it's a Mossad fucking honeypot. That's why. Yeah, in tandem with probably CIA and shit like that. But it was primarily Mossad. Fucking Mike Cernovich was running his fucking mouth about it. Let's see if we can find his little video. Chat says Zelensky was used to talking that way to Biden and probably wasn't used to pushback. Yeah, like Ben Stiller's on Twitter today going like, oh, putting his Ukraine flag up again and shit. He's paid $4 million to go see him. And it's like, get fucked, man. Nobody cares. For fuck's sake, your movies were never even good. Okay, so we won't get through all this. Because it's 46 minutes. Plus, it's also Mike Cernovich, and I can't get through a lot of him. I couldn't back in the day, man, when he was fucking popular. Okay. Let's watch a little Mike Cernovich. I think he talks about... Wolfland says, supposedly the FBI is rogue, but that means Cash, Bondi, and Trump need to prove themselves and take care of it. Well, look, I'm sure, like, let's say this. If there's people in the FBI that have access to the information and isn't giving it up, it's probably because right before they were going to give it up, like, some Mossad agent handed them a picture of their daughter at school or something. Like, this needs to be, it needs to just be dumped very publicly. You need to not make a spectacle out of it. Okay, none of this, we're going to do it this and that day. You need to, behind closed doors, find out what evidence remains, if any, and then just dump it. Get it all the way up to the president and have him dump it. Have him hold a press conference and he reads the list of all the people that flew to Epstein's Island or something like that. Like, just shit like that. That's how you got to do this, okay? This isn't a situation to get Mike Cernovich fucking super chats, okay? Chat says, you talk funny too, Beckloff, if your mouth was always chemically salty. Fucking Trad Mike Cernovich. Remember, he tells you you're not allowed to listen to metal music or rap because they're not godly. He's gonna be the arbiter of what godliness is. While he has fucking troon cum in his mouth. Like, get fucked, Cernovich. Writing your Gorilla Magilla book about raping bitches. Like, living off your fucking ex-wife's alimony. Yeah, you're a real goddamn manly man. He's also insanely gray. Like, my fucking God. Like, look. How old is this man? Again? Forney, you probably know. You used to run more in these circles than I ever did. But, like, I thought he was a I thought he was in his, like, 50s. Maybe his 60s or something. He looks like he looks older than my 71-year-old father. Well, 71 next month. Like, I don't know, man. I guess drugs and fucking troon cum ages you.
Man, I haven't done one of these in a while. And apparently, I'm not allowed to make any facial expressions or gesticulate because, that's so offensive. It's so offensive.
Oh, God. You know you're in a bad position when you're responding to people making fun of you. I guess I'm not allowed to suck troon dick anymore. I guess I'm not allowed to suck tranny dick while I lecture everyone else on morality anymore because of the haters. I guess I'm not allowed to lecture Zoomers on what being a real man is while I live off my fucking ex-wife's alimony. Oh shit. What'd I do?
Done one of these in a while. And apparently I'm not allowed to make any facial expressions or gesticulate because, that's so offensive. It's so offensive. But I've seen a lot of interesting things going on today by people who I've promoted in the past, retweeted. Nobody DM'd to ask me. A few people DM'd, and I...
Okay, see, this is bullshit. All right, right away. Listen to the manipulative language. So what happened was Cernovich was involved in this shit show, this failed fucking stunt, right? And was getting roasted for it, all right? Rightfully so. Now, rather than be a man and own up and say, man, this wasn't a good idea. I sucked into this. I shouldn't have. No, he's going to be like, fucking haters. And then he's going to throw this out there. And the implication there, and maybe he'll even outright say it because he's a stupid man, but the subtle implication there is because I used to retweet your shit, or because I let you come on a stream with me back in the day, or I promoted a book, or I did something for you, then you're not allowed to point out when I act like a fucking retard. Now look, I've known people in the past who seem to define friendship as you can never criticize me. Now, I don't have friends like that. I don't want friends like that.
Explain what had happened. So I'll just lay it out. So,
Please,
yeah, there's a lot of people who are just bitter and angry, and I'm not even sure if they're.
We're just bitter and angry. Again, have a little fucking responsibility, Cernovich. At the very least, you unknowingly got sucked into a shit show. You could just own up to it.
Real people, but there was a few weeks ago, there was a influencer, they called it, although I'm not an influencer. There was a meeting at the White House.
You're not anything, Mike. What exactly are you? Other than a massive faggot and an alleged rapist, what exactly are you, Mike?
To talk about new media. This was on calendar before Pam Bondi had become Attorney General, right? So, by the way, if you rush in with just your opinion, I'm just going to block you.
I'm just going to block you. If you rush in with your opinion, I'm just going to fire up that block button like I'm fucking Razor Fag. Fastest block button in the West. This shit, you know what? Forney keeps saying over and over again, you should just block and mute these people. Don't even engage with them. Don't even make fun of them. Just starve them of attention. You know, if we all just stop fucking paying attention to them, they'll cease to be. And I just think there's something to that. I don't like blocking people. But maybe there's something to that. Like, maybe instead of Razor Fist blocking all of Twitter should block him. Maybe we'll just reverse Uno card it. I don't know. Maybe that's the way to deal with these fucking grifters. Chat says, damn, Cernovich aged like 50 years. He looks fucking rough, man. I thought he was, like, I'm 40 fucking 2 in a couple weeks here. You know, and I thought he was like 10 years older than me, but he looks like 30 fucking years older than me. He looks fucking rough. Oh, man. No. I'm not going through all his shit. I just wanted to touch base on it a little bit. Those were the big things to talk about, though, chat. Oh. The Epstein stuff was a real shit show. Like, that's unfortunate. That really sucks the wind out of sails right there. And it isn't even like I had a great deal of hope that we'd actually get justice in this or actually break it wide open, but just teasing it with this stupid, like, oh, we're going to do it, but no, we're not. That sort of shit's not, no. All right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap this up. That's about all I really want to talk about tonight. All right. So, folks, if you enjoy the content I put out, do consider supporting the show's tips. Greatly appreciated, especially right now. Streamlabs.com/TheBeckloff, PayPal.me/TheBeckloff. I'll put a link to the Amazon wishlist down below. And if you want to play the intro music, like the really, really dog shit intro music we had today, you could send a playlist of no longer than 12 minutes for a mere $12. And that's about it for tonight, folks. I want to thank you all for listening. Beckloff out.